This video took several days to edit, research, record, etc. If you guys could, please like this and comment below so it gets put in the algorithm. I would really appreciate it because this information needs to be seen by as many eyes as possible. Without further ado, on to the video. Blame Truth here, and what you are seeing is a bot that can't crouch. Let this be the precursor. Let this be the appetizer for what you're going to get in this video. You see, the Treyarch of old made bots back in Black Ops 1 that literally performed better than this. So this is what we're working with now. This is the dev team. This is embarrassing. The bot literally cannot crouch and is stuck in an infinite loop. This is what we have to work with. This is who is making our game. So I want you to really take this in because I found some stuff today that is making me make this video right now. Is this a conspiracy theory video? I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that by the end of it. I'll leave that up to you. I'll just say this. If something happens once, it could be deemed a coincidence. If something happens twice, well, then you start to kind of wonder, is this a coincidence or is something going on? 3 times, however, I think at that point, it's a pattern. So I saw this as like a top comment on a video I made about 5 days ago, and at the time I just laughed at it. I didn't really think anything of it, and I'm not even kidding. Last night, I'm in bed, and I think of this comment, and I had this reaction. So I decided today I would delve deep into this, and what I found is just insane. It's insane. So I actually had to sign up to ChatGPT Premium for this video. Cost me $20. Not a huge loss, but you know, still cost me 20 bucks. So to make up the money, I'm gonna run a quick advert. I want you guys to check out the ad read if you want to support the channel. Everything helps. And after this, we are going to get into the nitty-gritty. Today's video is sponsored by Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus, which is an exciting turn-based tactical strategy game set in the eternal conflict of Game Workshop's Warhammer 40,000 universe. In Tacticus, you bring some of the universe's most powerful warriors to lightning-fast tactical skirmishes where you are in full control and only superior tactics can deliver victory. Expand your collection across multiple factions to find new tactical possibilities as you bring your troops to battle and sweep the galaxy clear of all resistance. New players and grizzled fans of the Warhammer universe alike will find challenging tacticas as they progress and compete in various game modes, including PvE campaigns, PvP live events, guild raids, and much more. Assemble and lead 70+ legendary Tacticus champions from 17 playable factions. Join a passionate community of gamers and Warhammer fans. Fight against or strategize with other players in high-stake battles. It has an average rating of 4.5 in the app stores. It's the go-to game for top quality tactical gaming. So guys, get yourself a great mobile game. Get Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus today. Peep the link in the video description or the pinned comment. Scan the QR code. I hope you guys have a great time with this amazing game. Warhammer! Thank you to Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus again for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it so much. And let's get into the real conspiracy theory part of this video. This is where it gets really interesting, and I'm just going to show you guys the info, and you can be the judge, and you could let me know in the comments what you actually think. There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. But I'm just going to show you what I found, okay? So I covered this in yesterday's video. I'm just going to bring up the image again for context here to show you what I'm essentially going to be doing. I prompted Midjourney to create a layout of a 3-lane map design influenced by Treyarch's 3-lane map designs in the Call of Duty Black Ops series. It created a version of Babylon every single time. Midjourney is a generative AI program, by the way, for those who don't know, and seeing this, I just wanted to see if I could do something similar with ChatGPT based on that comment, because we're all kind of laughing at it. You know, a lot of people thumbed it up, probably chuckled when they saw it. I actually want to see what it gives me. So here are the results. These are not doctored. These are just first attempts talking to the chat AI bot thing. I'm just going to show you exactly what I found. So I went to maps that already existed. For example, Skyline, Payback, what have you. 3 of them, I just chose 3 randomly. And I gave ChatGPT the descriptions of each one. And I said, make me a map based on X, okay? Here are the official results. First, we're gonna cover Skyline. So what is Skyline? It's a map set on the top floor of like a luxury hotel, right? That's essentially it, if I'm just spitballing. So I'm gonna type that into ChatGPT. Guys, just look at this, okay? I say, design me a Call of Duty multiplayer map on top of a luxury hotel building. And as you can see, here's what it came up with. Skyline Royale is the map name. Let's just see what it says. The map takes place on the rooftop of a sleek, modern luxury hotel, towering above the city below. The hotel itself is set in a metropolitan area, and the rooftop offers breathtaking views of the city skyline, with neon lights and skyscrapers stretching far into the distance. While that's not entirely accurate to Skyline's design, it's similar. The building is designed for ultimate luxury, so there are pools, gardens, open terraces, and sleek modern architecture. Overall layout, the rooftop is vast but has several distinct zones, each offering unique challenges. The map features a mix of open areas and tight corridors, as well as opportunities for long-range and close-quarters combat. The buildings surrounding the hotel provide partial cover and line-of-sight advantages, especially on higher floors, while the rooftop itself has diverse structures that create tactical advantages. And it goes over the key features, the main being the central pool area. If I just read this out to you, and I said, this is a description of a multiplayer map, pick it, what would you pick? Without even knowing what I'm talking about. If I just read the overall layout description, you'd guess Skyline from Black Ops 6. I asked ChatGPT to generate an image, and this is what it came up with. And I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, well, it's not really the same. It's set in a city, all that stuff, and the layout of it's kind of wonky. But then I thought, wait a minute, actually, it's really not that much different than Skyline. In fact, if you take the left side of the map there, kind of where the helicopter's floating, and you cut out like that bottom portion of the map, if you cut out like the levels and the verticality of the map, and you just kind of duplicate that one side on the left there, it's literally fucking Skyline from Black Ops 6. Now, I'm not saying these maps are completely AI generated, especially with like generative AI tools or whatever, because that's some pretty advanced stuff. I mean, they could be using it. It would not shock me. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that they're ripping off ChatGPT to a T either. It's sort of like where you know, plagiarize something, change a few words around, and you're just safe enough to squeak by the plagiarism bots. I don't know, man. It gets better though. It gets better. We have more, okay? Maybe this is just an insane coincidence. You know, maybe this is just the biggest coincidence in the fucking world. Let's do it again. Let's do it again for Derelict. Now, what is Derelict? It's an abandoned train yard, right? Essentially. That's, upon just first glance of it, it is an abandoned train yard. So let's go to ChatGPT again. Type that in. I say, design me a small Call of Duty multiplayer map set in an abandoned train yard. The map theme, it's called Abandoned Train Yard. Very creative, by the way. A derelict... Excuse me, what? What is that word? A derelict rail yard overtaken by nature, featuring rusting trains, crumbling infrastructure, and scattered debris. Derelict. The name of the map is in the fucking ChatGPT description. I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay. Again, maybe it's just a huge coincidence. Maybe it's a huge coincidence. Let's see what the AI generation tool cooks up with an image. All right, this isn't really the same thing, thankfully. It's not really derelict, so that's good, at least. Except, you know what this reminds me of? I feel like I've seen this before. Do you know what this reminds me of? Farm 18 from Modern Warfare 2. No, I'm not fucking with you. Look, it's almost identical. And you guys can't see this with the magic of editing. It took me literally 30 minutes just to get this screenshot because I had to re-download MW3, boot up MW3, update requires restart. You know where I'm going with this. If you could drop a like for my troubles, I'd appreciate it. But seriously, look at how similar these are. That's what I thought of. I instantly thought of Farm 18 when I saw this ChatGPT AI-generated map of the derelict train yard. These things are again, super coincidental. You know, maybe I'm just looking for these things. Maybe ChatGPT already has the Black Ops 6 like data. oh, the data. Maybe it already has all of that in it, and it's using that to create these things. So I need to do a more deep dive test here, okay? So let's cover Payback. Let's cover Payback. And I'm going to go to ChatGPT again, describe Payback, and see what this thing says. So I say, design me a small Call of Duty multiplayer map based on a cliffside cabin. I avoided the term mansion. That's what they call it in like the official description for Payback, because it's not a mansion at all. It's like a cabin. It's very small. And ChatGPT comes up with the name Edgewood Cabin. The map is set around a cozy yet rugged cliffside cabin overlooking a roaring river below. Well, very similar so far. The design includes close quarters combat within the cabin and flanking opportunities via outdoor paths and vertical elements on the cliffside. So far, it sort of sounds like it, but not really. And when I generated the image for it, it doesn't really look like it at all. In my opinion, it's, yeah, not really what I was talking about. I actually redid it just to see if the image would be much different. It did design a slightly different map, but this one, oddly enough, looks way more similar, at least the house portion up there on the little cliff, but still not quite what we're looking for. So maybe this one's a dud, right? It's too hard to say, so I picked just a random thing from here that I didn't think would be in the map. The basement. A hidden basement accessible via a trapdoor in the living room. Leads to the outdoor caves for stealth flanking. Now here's the thing. This map is like getting pretty in-depth. The AI actually does a pretty good job being creative. It really does. But I'm like, there's no way there's a trapdoor in here. And even if there was, there's not an outside portion near the cliffs. Right? Well, you see, there's a lot of things in these maps that don't pan out. Either the devs don't flesh them out or delete them after the fact to make the map smaller or flow better or play better or whatever. You're not gonna believe this. There actually is a motherfucking trapdoor, quote unquote. Not exactly, but when you go into the safe room in Payback, there is an elevator leading down. And if you take this elevator leading down, there actually is a basement portion of this map that they just didn't finish. You can follow where it's meant to go, and there's a door on the cliffside that actually shows stuff. It's like a little armory room or whatever. So this elevator was meant to connect to this outer cliff portion and then possibly lead up to where the cliff flank is. But then I think they just said, nah, fuck this, man. We need worse spawns. And they removed that lane entirely. But as God is my witness, you're looking at it, there literally is a trapdoor portion that leads to the basement, that leads to the cliffs. I don't know what else to say. Maybe you're still not buying it. Maybe you're still not convinced. A little over a year ago, the legendary David Vonderhaar left Treyarch. Why did he leave a year before Black Ops 6 came out? Here's my theory. I think it's because he knew they were using AI. And this is factual stuff. It's in their job, like, hiring descriptions. They have to be knowledgeable about using AI art to clean up certain things in regards to, you know, assets. I've shown that countless times here on the channel. Well, I truly think they were mocking David Vonderhaar when he left last year. And I'm not kidding with that. This is gonna sound crazy. Maybe. I don't know. In their farewell post to David Vonderhaar on Twitter, August 18th, 2023, farewell to the legendary David Vonderhaar, whose discipline, creativity, and innovation helped shape our games from COD 2 Big Red 1 to Black Ops Cold War. His iconic phrases and groundbreaking ideas will be missed. Excited for your next adventure. Thank you, Vaughn. When I first read this, I thought his iconic phrases and groundbreaking ideas will be missed was a weird thing to say. I just thought it was weird. Didn't really think much of it until a viewer of mine said that this was most likely written out by ChatGPT. And we tried to recreate it, and this is what we got, okay? I gave ChatGPT the prompt, write a corporation's goodbye tweet for a free, well-known employee named David Vonderhaar. He was a developer from COD 2 Big Red 1 until Black Ops Cold War. It gave me, farewell David Vonderhaar. Your incredible journey from COD 2 Big Red 1 to Black Ops Cold War has left an indelible mark on the gaming world. Your dedication and innovation have inspired us all. Best of luck on your next adventure. Thank you, David. Pretty close. Someone else did it. Farewell to a gaming legend. We're bidding adieu to employee name, a creative force behind our incredible games. Your passion and innovation will be missed. Best of luck on your next adventure. Someone else says it could be something they edited from a mix of AIs as well. The base is pretty clear though. Farewell an adventure they cheaped out with ChatGPT. Laughing my ass off. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what to believe. I'm not going to say this is definitive proof that they've used AI to make the Black Ops 6 maps, but I genuinely cannot find another reason why the maps are so bad when Treyarch has been a constant example of how to make a multiplayer map for the past decade plus. In my opinion, this is the most logical explanation. And look, I'm not trying to go Alex Jones here. I'm really not. I'm not trying to get crazy here. But one more thing I need to cover before I end this video. I just need to say it. I need to get it off my chest. I'm sorry. It's been eating away at me. People think that there's one reality, but there's loads of them, all snaking off like roots. And what we do on one path affects what happens on the other paths. Time is a construct. People think you can't go back and change things, but you can. That's what flashbacks are. They're invitations to go back and make different choices. When you make a decision, you think it's you doing it, but it's not. It's the spirit out there that's connected to our world that decides what we do, and we just have to go along for the ride. Mirrors let you move through time. The government monitors people. They pay people to pretend to be your relatives, and they put drugs in your food and they film you. There's messages in every video game, even Pac-Man. You know what PAC stands for? PAC. Program and control. He's program and control man. The whole thing's a metaphor. He thinks he's got free will, but really he's trapped in a maze, in a system. All he can do is consume. He's pursued by demons that are probably just in his own head, and even if he does manage to escape by slipping out one side of the maze, what happens? He comes right back to the other side. People think it's a happy game. It's not a happy game. It's a fucking nightmare world, and the worst thing is it's real and we live in it. It's all code. If you listen closely, you can hear the numbers. There's a cosmic flowchart that dictates where you can and where you can't go. And with that, I've given you the knowledge. I've set you free. I'm just kidding, by the way. That's just a monologue from Black Mirror Bandersnatch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.